Trapper, baby.
Hey, welcome to the den, and look who I got in the den this time.
It's the rapper, baby.
Yes, Trapper the Rapper here to talk about his career and so much more. We got the book on deck, so we definitely gonna get to that a little bit later. But first, we want to talk about the Trapper. You always interviewing other people. This time, you in the hot seat, so we want to talk about you, know, and everything that make Trapper Trapper.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on your show.
No problem, no problem. I've been looking forward to this interview for a minute. Okay. You can tell I'm a little nervous because I am so humbled because this is such a legend in our city, in our state, and you have done so much. So let's just dive in. Tell the people a little bit about you.
Hey, Trapper the Rapper. Google me. I ain't that hard to find. Hey, Arkansas legend. Been at this a long time. Over about 20 years here.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been good, man. I got my start here in Arkansas, running with Big Keys. They had a studio out in Granite Mountain. That's when I jumped on the scene. I was also running with Santa Jean, the Cokie Queen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it was like Hot 96.5 back then.
Yeah.
Shouts out to them. That was, way before even No Name came back. I guess he was gone at that time. So I just jumped in there and whatever they need, putting out flyers, posters, whatever. I learned guerrilla marketing from that. I was volunteering. I wasn't making no money.
Yeah. That's how most of us start, not making no money.
Yeah, so that's how I jumped in the game. But with those connections that I made and those lifelong connections, I ended up doing pretty well for myself.
Taking notes. I am definitely here taking notes. So in the book, I learned a lot about you because when we hear Trapper the Rapper, the first thing that comes to mind is rapper. That's what Trapper is. Trapper the Rapper, he a rapper. But you are so much more. Oh my God, you wear so many hats. It's unbelievable. You was in the military.
Yes.
I want to thank you for your service. You was in the Army.
Thank you.
And you went on from there, and that's when you started your music career. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's it. So, I'm just a country boy. So it was like, when I joined them, I was rapping my whole life. I was rapping before rapping was cool. And that's how I got the name Trapper. My coaches back in like middle school and elementary, they used to call me the rapper because I always was rapping. People used to think I was talking to myself because I was walking around freestyling in my head all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like the rapper, hey rapper, and it just got off. So it was just the rapper. That's what Trapper really stood for because I was trapping before it meant drug dealer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to clear that up. I was trapping before because it was the rapper, and that's how I became like Trapper John. So it was like, that's how I became Trapper way before T.I. said it.
Okay.
And so when I first met Killer Mike, he was like, yo, man, what Trapper mean to you? Because where I'm from, it means something different. And then T.I. came with this whole tidal wave, this tsunami, that Atlanta movement that came out to Lil Jon and them, and trapping means something whole different. So my career was pretty much over at that point because, it's some things I wouldn't do for love or money because I really come from, a different background. My city, my projects, it was, we the reason they had my Grow Up to Crime dog. So, it's some things I won't do for love or money, and I definitely wouldn't tell on myself if I was in that type of situation. You know what I mean?
Got you. We here for it. So I'm so glad you cleared up the Trapper part because, I didn't want to ask that question.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm an open book, literally.
Just plug that right in,
I'm an open book.
So not only were you music, you start producing, you start, really, got the ball rolling with so many other things, executive, you start your own business from this. So you work with so many people within the game here in Arkansas, and I have been, noticing a lot of stuff that goes on Facebook as far as who's a legend in the state. And I think I seen you posting. You want to know who did we think was legends? Who do you think are legends in this state?
Oh man, I got a list. Most of them, some of them are gone now. But I had the pleasure of working with a lot of great producers when I first got to Arkansas.
Okay.
And I could have lived anywhere in the country at that time. And the music in Arkansas was so much better than it was everywhere else in the world. Yeah, really. And it was untapped. I knew what was coming. I knew it would be like it is, like 3 people getting signed a year for out of Arkansas. I just thought it would happen sooner. Because, at that time, I was working with people like Big Keys, Question, A lot of dope Dave Brooks, a lot of dope producers that had been around, Mean Gene, that had been around a long time. And I was hearing the music, and I also was hearing the Ball Joneses, the Hog Legs, Exotic. She was younger than us. D Dirt and them had their whole movement going. Rod D. It was just all over. It was just,
and it was good music.
Southside Reggie. It was the whole state. Arkansas Bowl. It was just a lot of music. Epiphany. It was a lot of cats making a lot of real good music. Yeah. So
when
Big
you
Pip
like
the Hustler.
Yeah.
So we knew it, and we was killing 607.
Oh, we're not gonna even mention 607.
Lord 6. It was so much music, and I was like, man, I'm not leaving. And my wife at the time was like, man, what are we doing here? Let's go to Atlanta. Let's go somewhere else. And I was, because we could have went anywhere. And I was like, I feel like this is it. This is where it's supposed to be. This is where we're going to lay our roots down, and we're going to put it down right here and have babies and do all that stuff. And I mean, even though the music career thing didn't blow up, I learned how to do a lot of things, because in Arkansas, you have to wear a lot of hats. So you had to learn, because I just wanted to be a rapper, because I was out rapping everybody at that time. Rapping was like, we just straight up rapping.
Right.
If it ain't a money contest, that was my thing.
So given the fact that it was so much music going on, back in the day, and it wasn't just it was good music. It was music that you can ride to, it was really good sound rap music. Why do you think none of the major artists back then really went to mainstream? What do you think was lacking?
Money.
Really?
It's always a money thing. Because, a lot of the majors came through. Cash Money and them came through. A lot of people came through. They was making songs with the guys. You see what I'm saying? They was doing it. Major League, they was doing their thing. But money is you have to pay your way into this game. Back then, I think Lopez from that was running with DSR, he's spending like $300,000 just to make them boys pop. Well, what Big Tuck them was doing at that time, man, most people ain't got $300,000 to put out there to see if we're gonna make some more money.
Okay.
And it's a small market. This market is so small. It's not like Houston or Memphis or Dallas or LA, Detroit, Chicago, New York. They got deeper pockets.
So do you think the artists here in Arkansas would have made it? Some of them would have made it if they had went to other states and kind of moved in and worked with some of the people in those states and came out, versus staying at home and trying to make it work?
Not really, because a lot of people did that and it still didn't work, because it's not, it's just the luck of the draw. Where you born?
But look what we had. We sit between Texas and Memphis.
Yes.
You had 8 Ball in Memphis, and then you got the cats down in Houston.
Man, shouts out to my partner Mike Jones.
We got them, and Arkansas is in between. It baffles me that we wasn't able to. Now we got some major artists coming out of Arkansas, but back then we should have had major artists, because we had some cold cats back then.
But it's a support also. Think about it. And that's why the cats that are getting signed mostly are from northern Arkansas, that's closer to Memphis, instead of like from Little Rock. You see what I'm saying? Because they got that bigger market that's going to support. Little Rock is not a supporting state. Everything that we have here, we built from scratch.
Yes.
People like D Dirt, SJ, Rod D, myself, you know what I'm saying? 607. We built this. That was nothing. You see what I'm saying? We built this. My brother, rest in peace, Ice Smiles. You know what I'm saying? We built this from the bottom, official D1. It was like, that was nothing. It was like, there was nothing. It was people coming trying to get over on you for talent shows like that, or paying to perform, but it wasn't we didn't have platforms. We didn't have Arkansas Legends where everybody could come and post their music and everybody could see, oh, they from Arkansas, they doing that. Oh, they from Dumas. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's they from Lake Village. Oh, that's Hot Springs, because a lot of rappers have done that and left and had to go, like my buddy Wireframe from Hot Springs, you know what I'm saying? Pull out the Magnum. He hits. Most people don't even know he's from Arkansas.
So Okay, with like D Dirt. Let's just take D Dirt. D Dirt got a whole movie. What is his famous word? Right, one play away now.
One play away. Fool with me if you cool with
yes.
me.
Yes, that's D Dirt. So I'm checking out the way he's moving right now, and I really honestly think that cat is one play away because he got some artists out there like what's Joker Beezy.
Joker B.
He
K2.
is on, yes,
Yeah.
Joker B is on 10. All day.
the time, all the time.
All day.
Yeah.
You know, I keep saying, you know, you got to come to the den, and he be like, I'm ready when you ready, Miss April. I'm like, yeah, I got to make sure my stuff nailed down.
He's going to be jumping out the wall. He's going to be jumping out the wall.
But that's the energy that I think Arkansas need from, you know, and for people to get behind them to make sure that they make it. And I find that Arkansas, like you say, they don't support music. They won't come out. Because I remember back in the day when I was trying to do shows, and it used to piss me off that, you know, people would not come out and support, you know, Arkansas, you know, the local talent. And it was good talent. That's how I met Joker Beezy.
Yeah.
I did a show, and he was one of the artists that I remember me and SJ did
Shouts
a
out to
show.
SJ.
Yes, we did a show at a mechanic shop in the parking lot. And we know it had to be 100 and some degrees outside. But when I tell you, SJ was still up there rapping, but like I say, no support. You know,
See, I'm
you
an
can't
older
get support
cat.
nowhere.
I'm an older cat. I met a lot of them like SJ. I met them at school rapping.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but I knew at that time, like Ferocious, like I met a lot of them cats. They were still in high school.
When I was getting ready for your interview, I talked to a few people about you, and one of the cats that I was telling you earlier that I spoke with was Earl Westbrook.
Shouts out to the king, E.W. Bush.
Yes,
My God.
And I was asking him about you, and I'm like, just give me something that I could, you know, bring to the interview, and he was like, he the real deal. You know, and that's what I was getting from everybody. He the real deal. You know, you the real deal. So with that being said, what would you tell, or what advice that you would give to any young people that is trying to get in this music game, that is a struggle? And I remember one song you put out, I think it was back in 2012, Don't Stop.
Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
Don't Stop.
Yeah,
Shouts out to Big Keys again.
Yes, that was produced on that one. And it was such it's an inspirational song to me, and I can't even talk. The video shows, you know, Black people struggle, or however you want to put it. But what would you tell young people today on what they need to do and to get into this game, and the drive they need to have behind it?
First of all, just like I was telling you earlier about being a video director and being behind the scenes, learn the business.
Okay.
It's the music business. Everybody can make music. You can put somebody's grandma in the studio with a hot track, and it's going to come out. It's going to be heat. It's going to be butter.
Okay.
Pick up a book. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. Learn the mistakes that these people make, and don't get caught up in these 360 deals where you're giving up your publishing and giving up all your rights and your masters. You don't own nothing. You're still a slave. Okay. You get caught up just like Megan got caught up, but just like Chuck D, like many people have gotten caught up in the music industry. Snoop Dogg with bad contracts.
Yes.
Bad contracts. So you wanna build your own. Start your own business. Get a tax write-off for your studio. You go right down here and put your company in your name.
You know I'm listening, right?
Put your sign yourself. Ludacris had a song, you know, sign yourself to yourself. Make your own. So now you got something. So when people come to you, they got to come to you different. They got to come with you correctly. And artists, I'm an artist. I'm a pure artist. Don't get caught up in just being an artist. I did that. I didn't want to learn how to produce. I didn't want to learn how to record. I paid people to do all those things. And it hurt me in the long run because a lot of time you can't get people to do what you want them to do.
Yes, I'm learning that.
No matter how much money you got, it's you know.
Oh my goodness, I'm learning that the hard way.
And even if you do pay people, you got to know that they're doing it right.
Yes.
So if you know a little bit about, you know, recording, you know a little bit about sound, you know a little bit about the camera, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's going to save you a lot of time and money and headaches, and they can't overcharge you. Because what happened was when I was rapping and when I was putting out music, it was dope music, and I had a small budget. But the dope boys had so much money, they was running the prices up, making everything way more expensive than it should have been. And being a producer myself, I understand. I'm going to record somebody that's trash and tell them they're good if they keep bringing me money every week. You see what I'm saying? Because it's consistent.
Okay.
So a lot of producers made a lot of money, and I used to blame producers for how bad rap music had gotten at one point. But I mean, in their position, I probably would have did the same thing.
Given the music that we hear and being put out today versus the old school rap, what are you feeling it, or are you? you know the question I want to ask, but I'm trying to stay politically correct
I
here.
talked to Bun B about this one time, man. The real Bun B, Underground King. Shouts out to Bun B, rest in peace, Pimp C. And he was like, you know what? We was the same when we came up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. And Jay-Z got a line, he said, Tupac wore a nose ring too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get to where you think that you look at something and say it's so weird, but we was weird. We was different. We had them big ass clothes on. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
They just wear skinny clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
End of the day, it's just about they just trying to get out their message. They trying to get out their message. See, with me, this is how I explain rap music. They say, well, how did you get into rap music? Why did you start rapping? When I started, rap had a message to it. I mean, the biggest song was The Message.
Okay.
And then, it was fun. It was Kid and Play. And, it was fun. It was LL Cool J. It was like, that was hard as it gets, Slick Rick. And then it started changing when NWA came on the scene.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When it moved
Ice
to that.
Cube, right.
Yeah, it got different. You know what I'm saying? It went gangster. It started telling the truth about what was going on. And so then from there, it went to Bling. The Bling era hit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because after they killed Tupac and Biggie, it was all bling. It was Cash Money. It went bling, It wasn't bass music like with Luke no more. It was bling, so you had to have some money. And then, it went to straight to drug game. And
I'm with it.
And then when it was straight drugs. So rap, when I fell in love with rap, she was in school, she was smart, she was, you know what I'm saying? But now she a crack addict. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now she's a bisexual crack addict.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
You just put that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I know hip hop, but we ain't cool like that no more.
Oh my goodness!
I know her.
I like that.
Yeah, I know
that.
her, but now she's a bisexual, transgender crackhead. We cool. But I can't partake because it's not my message. It's not what I was there for.
Your analysis on that was good. I can rock with that. Yes, I get it. That was good. But is it really the message? See, me and Southwest Boaz, shouts out to Boaz, we had the same conversation.
It's a real rapper right there. Shouts out to Boaz.
Yes. And he was like Lil Nas X, we're just gonna take him for example. Him and Boosie got this love-hate relationship going on right now.
They need to make a song together.
I know.
Make a song together, get it over with.
I know, but isn't it the same? Are we feeling the same way our parents was feeling? Because to see their music pass them by and our music come into view, and so now our music is kind of like passing us by, and our kids' music is coming into view. Wouldn't you look at it that way? Because I'm pretty sure my parents and that's the way I'm taking it. I'm just trying to rationalize the way music is going these days, because it's some of it I be like I'm really trying to feel this music.
So you trying? I ain't even trying.
No, you have to give it a
No, you don't. You don't have to let anything into your system that you don't want.
I'm not saying into your system, but I try to listen to all genre of music. I try to give it a chance. I try to listen, and I try to listen to the music from our people that's coming along today. Some of it is pretty cool, I can get with, but then some of the rap music, I'm like you. I love rap. I feel it in my spirit. But
you see how that but comes?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Anytime your genre gets popular, and I don't care what kind of music it is, it can be punk rock, it could be country. That country's going through the same situation right now. Once music becomes popular, you have to cater to a different audience. So you was talking about our parents' music. Soul music is never going out of style. You can put on any Al Green record right now. It's going to have the same soul to it.
Yes.
Just like an Anthony Hamilton record. You can put it on right now, it's going to have the same soul to it. You put on Tupac, it's timeless. You put on
Yes.
Bob Marley, it's timeless. It's not going anywhere. You put on
Right.
Aretha, it's timeless.
She's not going nowhere.
It's not going
Right,
anywhere. You
right.
see what I'm saying? But once it becomes popular, once you take Kenny Rogers and you start making the booty clap to Kenny Rogers, then it's still country because we're all Southern.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Blues music and country music is all just poor people making great music.
Okay.
But they separate it for colorism because they got to put stuff in a box because we got to be able to sell you something.
Okay.
It's just like selling somebody Gucci or selling somebody Harley Davidson. You got to have them in a class to sell them that stuff.
Okay, so are you saying that our music, because it's so, you know our music.
It's from the soul.
Right, and versus the music today, their music is not going to be timeless when
unless it's really coming from their soul. Because if you're coming from if you're trying to save somebody, if you're trying to point something out, if you talk injustice, if you're trying to, if you're pushing Trayvon Martin or you know what I'm saying, something like that, then it's a message. But if you're just doing it to be popular, if you're just doing it for likes, it's not gonna come across and it's not gonna last. That's why you see rappers that come in. You can be hot. Oh, he just got a record deal, man. You know how many people that had a record deal that disappeared in 6 months?
Okay, so do you think, let me pull one out the sky. Okay, Lil Baby. Do you think he's gonna, leave a mark in the rap game, or do you think his popularity gonna soon fade?
I think he makes music for the culture, so he'll be around.
Okay.
I like Lil Baby and the Baby.
I get them confused.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? I like them both because they got a different movement. You see what I'm saying? When you listen to those guys, and they're not my top choices, but I have listened to them, and I talk to people about music that love them. Now, the Baby I really like because his music he puts that funk in it. That's that South Carolina, North Carolina, whichever one of them Carolinas he's from. He got that Kakalaki feel to it. So they're like Arkansas. They had to work to get to where they are, and that's what music is moving to. The Carolinas is hot.
So, who's your favorite artist right now?
Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna always be Jay-Z from my class.
Okay.
I mean, Kanye, Jay-Z, just because they're billionaires now, I'm not gonna say I don't like them because I came up with them.
I'm a country rapper girl, so I like country rap. So I like Jay-Z, but I think Black Thought and Common and those clad would be my top. That's just who I am. I like.
Jay-Z said, "Tell the truth, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I made $5 million. I ain't been rhyming like common sense." And when your truth had that much in common, go with what makes sense. Because as rappers, we must decide who we up against. See what I'm saying? Yes. Basically, you can't help the poor if you're one of them.
Oh.
That was the whole thing. So he said, I got rich to give back, and that was the win-win.
So do you think Jay-Z is following his words and giving back?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, I just watched a movie on Netflix the other day. The Harder They Fall that he executive produced with
That's nice.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Nice.
That's how you do it. He freeing brothers. He going to court. He went to bat for Meek Mill.
Meek Mills,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They doing their part. They billionaires, so they got to move different. But Jay-Z for president, I'm with that.
Are you one of those cats that when the whole thing with the NFL, you still stood with Jay-Z? Because I was screaming like, give the cat a time, a chance. Just because he's working with the NFL don't mean that he stands for what the NFL been doing all these years. But, some people have their own agenda and what they think, but I think Beyonce, as well as her husband, is moving positively within the Black community.
But everybody has their own agenda.
Yeah.
Right now with your show, you have your own agenda.
I do.
I have my own agenda. I'm selling books. I'm taking pictures. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I got a podcast. Check me out. You have to reach millions on YouTube.
We're going to get to this book.
Yeah, you have to reach millions. So everybody's got an agenda. So you can't be mad at a person for having an agenda, especially when they keep showing you over and over again all they do is win.
Yes, and he had definitely showed us that over and over. he wins.
Yeah.
Everything he touched seemed to.
He got the like
You know,
King
the
Midas.
Midas, yeah. Yeah, he
King
got the Midas touch. That's for sure.
So why do you question a guy that wins all the time, like Tom Brady? You go, y'all still betting against Tom Brady, really?
You know what? It's funny that you bring up Tom Brady because, you know, I was not going to talk football, but since you brought up Tom Brady, I did not like him in the Patriots.
Okay.
But I like him now.
It's the
and
same
I don't
guy.
understand. And it's the same guy. And I don't understand. So I'm thinking it was probably just the team.
People don't like Michael Jordan. People don't like Kobe. But when he died, yeah. When you die, you know you get better promotion.
Yeah, that's not
That's
cool.
it.
Yeah.
That when he was like, no, pass the ball, Kobe. You know, pass the ball. But now it's a whole different thing. So, you know, you just got to keep doing you because you're never going to satisfy everybody.
That is very true. That is so a true statement. You're never going to satisfy everybody. And so that's a word from the wise right here, Trapper. Keep going. Do not let anybody hold you back because nobody and everybody is not for you. You know, they're not going to be on your agenda. They're not going to think the way you think, and they're not going to support you the way you think you should be supported. So you should always just do you and be consistent, correct?
Yeah, I figured out a long time ago, I'm my biggest critic. And if I can please me, then I'm not worried about the rest of the world. I've already did enough to be on the Hall of Fame. I don't have to do anything else.
So let's
All I got to do is die.
No.
Yeah, because once you die, then they're going to be like, oh, Trapper was that guy. He was there. I did everything but die. You know what I'm saying?
They already say that. Don't say that. They already say you that guy. Everybody I talked to before this interview said the same thing. He the real deal. That's that guy. So they already giving you your flowers.
Salute. I appreciate that, y'all.
You know, for real. I talked to several people, but we're going to dive into this book.
Let's do that.
Direct Marketing. Right here. By Trapper, you have to reach millions. Tell me about your book.
You know how everybody say, man, my life, I should write a book, but you never really do it. You like, man,
Yes.
because you meet a lot of people with great stories and you say, man, you should have a book. And I was doing that for people. I would meet people who had interesting stories. I said, you should write a book. And I would coach them, you know, and then next thing you know, they would have a book. Or I would take the picture for them and they would put it there, cover on the book. I was like, you know what, man, I really need to write this book. I really want to do movies. I got a few movies I want to do also.
Really?
Yeah, I do. But I went to sleep one night, just a regular night. I can't remember what was going on. It's in the book, though. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. It's in the book. But I had a dream. And my future self came to me in a dream. And was like, you need to write this book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was like, you know, it was just like Back to the Future when you see, or people, that's what happened. So I woke up that morning and I wrote the book in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So go ahead.
Yeah, it was like writing raps, but it was just longer. So, you know, I was just telling my story and it didn't have to rhyme, so it was easier for me and it just spilled out.
And I started reading the book. I'm not going to sit here and say I finished the book because I've been reading the book on my phone, but now I have the copy in my hand, so it's going to be easier for me to read because I'm one of those visual people that I have to highlight and go back and, you know.
You're going to love that one. It's big. It's got a lot of space in it. And, yes.
Yes. So what's in this book? Well, this book is telling us about reaching millions in marketing.
Direct marketing, promotion.
Yes. And so what would you say is the most important thing about marketing yourself, your brand, or whatever it is that you're doing? What is it, the number one thing that you need to do? And I know it's in the book. We're just going to give them a piece.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I'm an open book on that. It's just like this. Coca-Cola, Walmart, Amazon, McDonald's. What do?
advertise.
Every day. Starbucks. Every time you turn on TV, you see the advertisement. If you're in business, you have to advertise. You have to sell. You have to promote. You have to stay in front of people. You got to stay in front of these cameras.
Okay.
That's it. So, I mean, if they don't see you, they're going to forget about you. There's going to be, you know, they're going to find something else. Shouts out to my guy, Keith Tucker, with True Sauce. Every day, he in their face.
Who is this? Say it again.
True Sauce.
Oh, yeah,
Arkansas
True Sauce. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you got to stay in their face every day. You got to give them a reason to want to buy your product.
Okay.
Because especially with music, I mean, that's another rapper every 2 minutes. What is it, about 3,000 rappers in Arkansas? Mm-hmm. And this is one of the smallest states in the union. It's 50 states. So you competing at any day with 60,000 other people who got the same dream as you. How are you going to stand out?
So, what advice would you give me? Starting a podcast, and would it be the same thing? Just get out there, consistency.
Well, YouTube's going to make you work. If you put it on YouTube, you start a podcast on YouTube, they're going to make you work. Because in order to get those likes, in order to get the algorithm working in your favor, you got to almost post every day. So,
Okay.
and at least once a week, at minimum twice a week. If not, you're going to fall off the
grid.
Exactly. They're going to make you work.
Okay, so I guess we can wrap this up.
Okay. Hey, you got to put
This
that
has
work in.
been an amazing interview. I was nervous coming in because you are who you are. But I am, like I said in the beginning, it was humbling to sit down and speak with such a legend like yourself within the state of Arkansas and abroad, because you're just not known here in Arkansas. You're known everywhere. And now that you got this book, you need to pick it up. Where can we get this book?
Amazon.
It teaches you on marketing yourself. It's direct marketing. You have to reach millions by Trapper the Rapper himself. Thank you once again for coming to the den. And
Pleasure
I
to be
definitely
here.
will be bringing you back soon.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot. Trapper Rapper.
Hey, y'all be easy. It's the rapper, baby.
Peace.
It's the rapper, baby.